Okay, we are going to continue with common factoring. So this time I want to factor 18b to the fourth minus 12b cubed c cubed plus 9b cubed c. Now, we have, there are some different factors we could choose, but remember when we're factoring, we always want to pull out the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor in this question would be 3b cubed, and that's it. There's no c term because there's no c term here. This time I'm going to demonstrate another method to common factor. It's more like a guessing and checking method. So I pull out my greatest common factor and I write it down, and then I draw a bracket big enough for 3 terms because there's 3 terms in the question. And I'm going to ask myself 3b cubed times what number is going to give me that 18b to the fourth? Well, 3 times 6 gives me 18, and b cubed times b would give me the b to the fourth. And I'm going to do the same thing again. 3b cubed times what number will give me a negative 12b cubed c cubed. So this time, to get the negative 12, I'm going to have to multiply that by negative 4. And then I need that c cubed part there, so it's going to be c cubed. So 3b cubed times negative 4c cubed, when I put it together, multiply it, I'm going to have the negative 12b cubed c cubed. I'm going to do that one last time and ask myself 3b cubed times what number is going to give me the 9b cubed c, and the answer to that would be 3c. I want to double check. 3 times 3 is 9. b cubed times c gives me that b cubed c. So that is common factoring using a different method. Now remember, if you don't like that method, to get those 3 terms in the brackets, you're dividing each of these terms by the 3b cubed, that greatest common factor, and that will give you the 3 terms that are inside as well. Now take a look at the last example for factoring. Now with this last example, some of you might look at this question and think this doesn't look like a common factoring question, but it actually is, because I have common factors. The 2x plus y and the 2x plus y, they're both a common factor. So when I look at this, it's important to see 2 terms. So this here is 1 term. This is all linked together because of this multiplication. And I'm going to look at this as being a 2nd term. So this is also 1 term. Now, what is common in each of those terms? What's common is the 2x plus y. So when I remove the 2x plus y, what's left? The 3. And again, I'm going to remove that 2x plus y. And what's left is the negative x squared plus 3y squared. Now, there is a reason why I put this in a bracket. It has to do with this negative sign in front. When there's a negative in front of the bracket, we have to be really careful, because that's going to force us to do the distributive property with the invisible negative 1 that's in front of the bracket when we simplify this. So again, I still have that 2x plus y. I can't go 3 minus 1 because that's not following BEDMAS. So I'm going to rewrite the 3, and I'm going to distribute out the negative 1 times x squared plus 3y squared, which is going to change those signs. So negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared, and negative 1 times 3y squared is negative 3y squared. Now, to some of you, this might look funny. It might look a little bit funny because of the order of the terms. So I can switch the order of the terms to get 2x plus y times negative x squared minus 3y squared plus 3. Once again, some of you might think that looks funny because my leading coefficient is a negative number. So in this class, I would not take off marks for you leaving your answer like that. However, you might have a teacher who's more particular in the future and doesn't like this format. So what I want to do in this case is I want to factor out the negative 1. That's going to change this sign here to a positive. It's actually going to change all the signs. And I'll put that negative 1 in front, but I'm just going to write a negative. So I have negative 2x plus y And remember, I'm factoring out the negative from this bracket. So when I divide each of these terms by -1, all the signs are going to change. So now I have x squared plus 3y squared minus 3. And that's the final answer.